Chapter Erie Facebook streaming live. Talk about the next few days as we enter winter. So join on into the conversation. Feel free to post, ask questions. We'll talk. Try to get this thing figured out as much as we can. We don't have it all figured out, that's for sure. But we've got, I'd say, two-thirds of it figured out. So that's a good start, right? Because it's not going to start for a couple more days, 3 more days, actually. Hello, Thomas Carlucci. Good to have you here. Linda from Erie and Antlers. Celine, the airport queen. Are you working? Um, you know, it's going to be tough to measure snow out there. Maybe you should have like Dan measure it at the house, as well as, what you're doing out there in the snow blow. All right, Robert Rain, good to have you back in the fold. Lori from Warren, Jess from Erie, Terry from Lawrence Park, Joanne, hello, Miriam, I think Oil City, Eric, Tyan Est, I love it, Adam Ripley, Waterford, Lisa Fogel, Bank of Banks, Minnesota, and Mike, great to have you here. Thanks for joining in. Laura, great to have you here. Thanks for that. Becky Linton, great to have you here. Good. Well, I hope Pete's teaching your sister well. Les, as always. So when does Jen return? I have no idea, but she will return, I think. Kaz, long time no see. No, it's, yeah, I'd be a pretty big fan. Sue, hello. Pittsfield, awesome. Glad to have you here. All right, Ed, sorry, I can't do the fan thing for you either. All right, let's get into it. It will be an interesting storm. A couple of weather cameras for you just to start out. This is not a problem. It's just a peach jam pre-holiday. We've got no problems with the weather tonight. Let not your heart be troubled. April Bailey. Are you from the Meadville Baileys? Perhaps we should go to Meadville to start out or to go next. I think the railroad tracks are up there. The area is quiet. We'll show you with these live sky cams. It's beautiful. I mean, it's chilly, but it's seasonably cold. It's where it should be temperature-wise. There's no snow except on the ground. Beautiful downtown Warren. Very nice there. Beautiful downtown Girard. Also quiet. Coming for you here. And the beautiful trees for the veterans there. Beautiful Edinburgh with their tree. Nice, quiet, dry streets. The gorgeous Cathedral in Erie, looking good. And our neighbors in Conneaut Lake with the Christmas trees, very nice. So that's what we got going. Jan, Cranesville, good to see you here. See, Lisa Bank of Banks is up in Minnesota, and you're getting a hit of some temperatures. It's cold air coming down here. April, hello from Franklin. Great to have you here. Linda from Cochranton. All right, I'm messing you up. Okay, so Miranda's Meadville, April's Mill Creek. Yes. Hello. Chatty Cathy. So it's a quiet night out there. It's very decent. And it's going to be a very decent start to winter tomorrow. No big deal. Ernie, down there in Brookville. Hello. So let's get into it. Talk about what the potential is. And that's basically what we're dealing with now. Because today, or I should say tomorrow, is great. Anybody catch the sun pillar? Put this on the book of face. That was beautiful, beauteous sun pillar, and always good to see a little bit of that. Mill Creek Fairview deal, good to see you there. Bonaline, good to see you here. Windows installed, perfect to keep the heat in. Alyssa, welcome. Timmy Reed, long time no see. Great, Corey. Thank you, Gary. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is really cool. Got a couple shots of it. Yes, welcome to the Book of Face, Steve. Anyway, all right, so let's do some weather. Let me get back into my spot here. So, okay, we had that. That's beautiful. What else? We got nothing on the radar. It's just It's just a nice night out there, okay? And, there it is. Oop, there it is. Quiet today, quiet tomorrow. And then the Hucklebuck starts on Thursday, but it's not wintry much on Thursday. I guess I should qualify that. Now, I want to talk about this. The toughest thing to figure out will be the snow accumulations. But just a couple of things here. Like I said, uh, tomorrow is a tranquil first day of winter. Now, as far as Christmas storms go, 2 years ago, people forget this because 5 years ago looms large. 2 years ago, 20 inches of snow at Christmas in Erie. Okay. Could be looking at that again. You know, we just went through it 2 years ago, but this one's got a lot more wind and colder air with it. 5 years ago, the big one, take your guess as to how much snow. Celine could clue you in. Um, Obviously, more than 20 inches. I think, what did they do for the 1 day total? I can't remember. They went from like the 24-hour total was like 50, and then they brought it down to 32. So hopefully we don't get 50, right? So that's your weather headlines. And it's the same old thing, kids. It's La Nina, right? La Nina usually keeps the cold air here, keeps us warmer. That's what's been going on. High temperatures today, we're still relatively warm compared to this, but this chunk is breaking down, all right? And or coming down, I guess I should say. So if you look at the core of the Arctic air, it's right here. Look at this, more minus 45, minus 44, minus 44. So this is what Lisa Fogelbank of Banks is seeing, 3 below in Minnesota. So we've been using this model to kind of track it, and the pink stinks model, we call it, because pink is the Arctic air. And it's been nowhere near us lately. So we're trying to see how it's going, where it's going, all that kind of stuff. Terry from Diamond, hello. Glad you saw the sun pillar. Yeah, we don't even have a winter storm watch yet, but Buffalo does. And the other thing I want to tell you guys is once this thing takes shape and we get a better handle on the snow, you're going to get these multiple warnings and advisories. It's not only going to be for snow, it's going to be for wind and probably wind chill as well. I mean, that's the kind of problem. This is like a trifecta storm. It's multi-hazard, as they say. That is very cool. I wish I could have seen some of those. Kim, you love snow. That is so good. Maria, welcome back. Long time no see. And yeah, it's not out of the question. We don't get too many blizzards here, even though people throw that term around like polar vortex. No, we don't get much of those around here. We get whiteouts and squalls. But for blizzards, you need like 20 degrees or lower, winds 35 or lower, and visibility in the snow 1/4 mile or lower for 3 hours or more. So there you go. Yeah, don't discuss. I got numbers. You got numbers. I mean, yeah, you should measure the snow at your house. It's just going to blow like crazy. Um, and I hope I just answered that for you because we don't get very many blizzard warnings around here. Not saying we won't. We just don't. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, she's at -3. Say hello. I have garbage night tomorrow night. It's a thing. Hello, Jen downtown. Will you measure snow for me down there? Um, yes, of course. Get it out. Get it ready. Get it gassed. Get it oiled. Old fashioned. Yeah, this is like an old fashioned. Uh, I don't know, snow and blow. I guess. No problem, Josh. Karen D. Long time no see. Good to see you here. Um, so the problem is we don't know the snow yet because it's all dependent on the wind direction. But we do know the cold and we do know the wind. So we're 2 out of 3. Oh, I don't know, Jen. When it'll probably start snowing Friday morning. So Friday. It's going to slide right off so easily with this. It just frustrates me what you guys have to put up with there. All right. So back to the pink stinks model. So what's going on here is it's been a perfect kind of La Nina year. Most of the core of the Arctic cold has stayed away. Now this is going to change. All right, let me zap it in here a little bit more. Okay, so here we go. So we're okay. We're okay today. First day of winter, nice. Now you see what's happening here. Friday, you're on the cusp. See this green here? That's the mild air. This is the Arctic air. So the front's right in here. So sometime Friday morning, probably just before rush hour, this stuff is going to rush in. And you're going to go from green to dark blue to light blue to white and to sometimes pink. And this is going to last through Sunday, Christmas Day, and into Monday. All right. So it's kind of a 3-day event and a 3-pronged storm. Now, the other interesting thing you can see here is that after Wednesday next week, watch what happens as you go towards New Year's. This is next week. All right. Look at this. It's dark blue, which is kind of moderate. Not bad. Now look at this Friday. Start getting the greens again. Saturday. This is New Year's Eve right here. It's got even a yellowish tinge to it. So if we can get to like midnight right here, this is New Year's Day, you could be very mild next weekend, not this weekend, next weekend. So I wanted to point that out. And then we're going to get into the nitty gritty here as best we can. All right. So here are the givens. Well, mostly they're the givens. Okay. All right. Tammy, thank you. So you've got a blizzard warning in Minnesota. And that's a lot of times where they get the blizzard warnings because you have the flat land in the Midwest and you need like 35-mile-per-hour winds steady for 3 hours or more. So they get blizzard warnings more than we do. Solitaire, boy, I bet you're bracing up there in Chicagoland. No problem. Yeah, I mean, you know us. We're not here to scare you into watching us. That's hardly what I'm here for, or Craig or Tom. That's ridiculous. You see that a lot on a national level. Look at all the superlatives they use when they describe everything's a major, dramatic. Well, this is pretty hard. This is a big storm, but let's just take a deep breath here. Let not your heart be troubled. You just get through it because we lived here and we've done this stuff before, even if it's a stronger storm. All right. No problem, Elaine. Glad to be here. Brenda Hinkler, long time no see. You're welcome, Pat. Tricky measure. Yeah, for sure. Good idea. Because Solitaire's out in the prairie. And, they're going to get it there, too. Thank you. Yeah. There you go. Santa Claus is coming. And I talked to Santa today. I really did. And he's very happy with me because he's going to have no problem with the sleigh. Yeah. One of the more overused, overhyped, scare-inducing terms ever. It's like they pulled it out of a meteorological glossary a few years ago. We've always had that thing, but now it sounds more dramatic, like we just invented it. It's Arctic air. It happens every year. Let not your heart be troubled. All right. And that's a good point, too. So, yeah, going back to the graphics here, and I'll show you one more, because it is true, what I'm telling you. And let me just, Santa was very happy with me today. He even shook my hand, see? I was over at the Elks Lodge with Erie Home for Children and Adults, 2 great organizations, and he's going to be fine. His sleigh is going to be fine. Whipping, dashing through the snow, smashing through the dough, however you want to do it. Santa's happy with our forecast. It's going to be able to move right along. All right, back to this stuff. You got wind, you got cold. Those are the givens. You're going to get some snow. Equal opportunity snow makes it a white Christmas for all of us. It's the transition to lake effect that makes forecasting the amounts difficult. Okay, kids? That's the problem. And D, that's another thing, and we'll get to that in a minute. Wow, that's interesting. 3,000 days it's been since they've had a blizzard warning. So, right, 360 days a year. So that's what, like 8 years or something since we've had one. So there you go. Doesn't happen a lot around here. Yes, we got the sunset for you. Show you that too. Um, oh my gosh. Anyway, okay, so there's the setup. All right. I'm gonna go get my clicker here so I can click through some of this stuff. So you can so I can hang with your comments here. All right. So here we go, kids. High confidence on winds. Friday, Saturday, worst, could have gusts over 50. So what that creates is blowing and drifting snow and power outages. So, prepare for power outages. Happens during summer thunderstorms. You know the drill. Flashlights and batteries are better than candles. And, some people have generators. That's awesome. Just be prepared. That can happen. And Pat's right here. Us Northerners should be used to it. It's a stronger storm. We have high confidence in low temperatures too. Single digits and colder for your lows. Wind chills below zero. And see, this is the 3-day thing. Buffalo has their winter storm watch out, and I can go to that too. Just do a real quickie here over to the radar. There it is, right here. Buffalo has winter storm watches out Friday morning through Monday morning. It's a 3-day deal here. And for those of you out of town, and I'm thinking of you, Solitaire, over here. See, she's over here by Chicagoland. They have a winter storm watch too. And if you go back here to Iowa, they have a warning. And if you go up here to Minnesota, they have a blizzard warning. So it's fairly strong what we're going to have to deal with, but we still don't know about the snow. So, let's use common sense again. If you're going to have wind chills below zero, check on the pets, the livestock, keep them warm, the elderly. It's going to be cold and windy. Those are the givens where we have high confidence. We have moderate confidence in the snow. Now, here's the deal. The best I can say now is the snow will come and go. So the ultimate accumulations will be determined by lake effect, which is determined by wind direction. And we're not completely sure of that right now. But the given is you're going to get plowable snow. Roads are going to get snow covered and slippery. So we've all gone through that before. So I'm going to try to break it down for you here and show you that we'll get our first shot in the morning on Friday. I call it a flash freeze because you're going to go from rain to snow very quickly as temperatures plummet. So you could get a quick 2 to 5 inches on Friday, just from the front. And then there's probably a break or a low Friday afternoon into the early evening. Okay, waiting for the lake effect to set up. So that's something there. And as far as the total accumulations, that's why I'm not saying anything yet, because you can get numbers all over the place. And those of you who have been dealing with the nightcap, we showed a couple different models, and we had amounts being spit out anywhere from a foot to 2.5 feet. Okay, what am I going to say? Okay, you could get 10 to 30 inches of snow. I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm telling you what the models say, but I'm not going to go, crazy numbers just yet. I got to get a better handle on the wind direction. All right. All right. Good point. If you got one of those, very good, Becky. Very good. So that's the deal. because when you get southwest winds, which it will be for a time, it goes to Buffalo and the south towns. If you can bend the winds around a little more, either due west or a little west southwest, then you get into the action here. So, hello, Patty Richards. Good to see you. Good advice if you have to go out. Winter safety kit, right, in your car. Good stuff. Good advice. Thanks, Pat. So that's the sticking point right there, kids. Right now, it's leaning a little bit more towards New York State. The wind direction, if you take a 360-degree circle, 180 is due south, 270 is due west. This picture, or maybe I can draw it for you. Okay, hold on. Get back to a radar here, where I got a telestrator. All right. So let me do this. Let me do this to take the sweep off there. All right. So if you look at a circle, and you just go like this, right? The wind circle, the windrows. 360 is up here, that's due north. 90 is here, that's due east. 180 is here, that's due south. 270 is here, it's due west. Okay, what they are forecasting is winds like 250 or 240. Now, this is the key to the snow amounts right here. If you got a 250 wind, it's flowing like this. If you got a 240 wind, it's more like that. Okay, so these winds are not really conducive to the lakeshore. They're more conducive to dumping the snows up here. Now, they can clip Erie County, but we're not completely sure on this yet. All right. So it's just, if this would go like 260, then you would drive it into the city of Erie more. Okay. So that's the snow forecast, and that's why we're just not 100% on that yet. We got to figure it out, and we got a couple days to figure it out. It's not panic time. It's never panic time. It's just take your time. That's my deal, and that's what Craig, Tom, and I are going to do with that. So the other thing to remember is just this fact of equal opportunity snow, right? So this is coming. This is coming. Here's your Thursday. It's mainly rain and wind. This thing here, and I'm not sure the timing on it. It may be 2 o'clock in the morning. It may be more towards 6. But when this happens, this is when the rain changes to snow and everything freezes. And it could be right around rush hour. All right. That's when you get this thing called a flash freeze. All right. And then on top of that, you get your quick shot of snow like that. See, now watch this model. It's taking a break Friday afternoon, and look at where it's pointing everything now. It's saying the main band is offshore of Erie. It's just grazing here. It's more that 240 wind that goes right into Buffalo. Okay. Now, if it changes, if the wind direction changes, it can bring that down. But that's the main thing we got to try to figure out here. Okay. So that's our challenge. And we will be challenged. All right. So just give you a quick 7-day forecast here, because in about 12 minutes I got to get to Fox 66 News at 10. Right. So that'll be interesting. So let me show you the 7-day. Hello, Lori H. Good to see you. You got a generator, Vicky? You people in New York State, you're so smart. Charlie, good to see you. All right. So here we go. Nice. First day of winter. Shortest daylight is tomorrow. And then it starts going back up again. This is rain kind of deal here. This is the flash freeze Friday. I mean, it's like 39, I don't know. 5 a.m. and it's like 25 at 10 a.m. Boom, maybe even lower. Saturday, this is where we got to figure out lake effect in here. It's going to be brutally cold. It's going to be very windy Christmas Eve. Maybe a little less wind on Christmas Day, but still snow. But is it going to fall heavily in northwest Pennsylvania or be mainly reserved for New York State? Those are the major questions. Pam from Pensacola, good to see you. Anytime, Pat. Les, we expect you at the nightcap. All right. Whoa, my camera went. That's a crazy picture. Let me bring Johnny Camera back here. Dorian's coming in here, so there's Dorian.
How's it going, nightcappers?
He's our meteorologist at Mississippi State University.
That's it. There you go.
So
on winter break.
Yeah, he's on winter break. He just had a couple of tough meteor courses. Mm-hmm. And now we're bantering back and forth on the forecast.
Yes, we are.
So, way to go.
I mean, it's a complex system, folks. It just is. Like, there's a reason why Tom hasn't put any numbers up, because it's always changing. You're getting more data that comes through. So yeah, he's holding off. I think probably maybe Thursday, Friday before you make a decision.
Well, I got to make a decision before Friday. Oh, maybe it'll get better tomorrow, but tomorrow's only Wednesday and it's not going to start till Friday. So, this is just preliminary. We take care of the givens. Very windy, very cold. We deal with the snow amounts as we get better data, better agreement in the data. He's my camera guy. So he's getting ready. We're getting ready. And like I said, tomorrow's going to be a nice day. Like today, a couple of degrees warmer, some sun, no bad weather. Maybe you get to see another sun pillar, right? Okay. All right. Any last minute questions, comments, or ideas? I can throw up that sun pillar picture again. That was just gorgeous. Leah, hello. Yes, 10 p.m. is approaching very quickly. Right? I'm going to go back here. Who knows? Maybe we'll see. These sun pillars are common when it gets cold. So are the sun dogs. Call off the dogs. Sherry Bird, hello. Roger. Yeah, I know. I kind of slipped up. It said first day of spring. Maybe it was like wishful thinking or something. No, it's not really. It's just being old. Okay. I've been doing weather for many years, and sometimes the synapses just don't connect with the receptors. All right. All right. Good. It's okay. Notifications are hard to come by. James, good to see you. Adam L., you're too kind. All right. Okay. So, got to get ready. Feel free to come on back if you are up after midnight. We do another show generally 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. And Becky, thank you for all you're doing. You'll have a bunch of snow to measure. And Radham Ripley, if you measure snow, that'd be great too. Yes, we had some fun doing those commercials. All right, Patty Richards, 1 to 2 a.m. Just check us out and get a hold on the good doctor and tell him to get back in the fold. All right. Anyway, got to run. Thank you. We'll take you out like we did last night with a little Let It Snow, right? Because it will to some extent. So Solitaire, thanks for singing this song. Donnie Brooks, the mechanic, long time no see. Great to have you here. So Solitaire, who is with us tonight from the prairie, she's got a beautiful voice. And here we go with rescue dogs and beautiful scenery. We'll go out with Let It Snow. Take care, everybody. See you after midnight if you stay up.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, so I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Well, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Well, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. As long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.